Hey bro, I know you've been feeling a little off lately. Not in a dramatic way, not like everything's falling apart, just heavy. Like you're tired in a way sleep doesn't really fix. Like you've been thinking more than you've been talking. Like something's been sitting in the back of your mind, but you can't quite name it, and you keep telling yourself you're fine because nothing is technically wrong. No big fight. No clear reason to leave. No moment where it all broke. So you stay, you try to be patient, you try to be understanding, and most days you convince yourself it's okay. But then there are moments, quiet ones, where you feel unsure in a way you didn't used to. You replay conversations in your head. You wonder if you're being too sensitive. You hesitate before saying what you actually feel. And that's confusing because you're not someone who usually doubts himself. See, most men don't lose themselves all at once. They lose themselves slowly, by staying when something feels off, by adjusting a little more each time, by trusting the situation more than their own instincts. Nothing explodes, nothing clearly ends. You just start checking yourself more than the relationship, and that messes with you, not because you're weak, but because you care. A lot of people think clarity comes from one big conversation. Like, if you just say the right words, everything will finally settle. But clarity doesn't really work like that. It comes from patterns, from noticing what keeps repeating, from paying attention to how often you feel unsettled afterward. Confusion isn't a flaw, it's information. It's usually a sign that something doesn't meet your standards anymore. Not because the other person is wrong, but because what you need to feel grounded isn't there. And the cost of staying isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It shows up quietly, in hesitation, in doubt, in that feeling that you're slowly losing trust in your own judgment. You're not asking for too much. You're not broken. She might just not be the right person for who you're becoming. And that doesn't make either of you bad. It just means something no longer fits. Sometimes the most important thing you can do is stop forcing clarity and start setting standards for how you want to feel. So if any of this feels familiar, don't rush to fix anything. Don't make a decision tonight. Just pause. And if you find yourself wishing you had a clearer way to look at what's actually going on, without emotions pulling you in different directions, I've linked a free clarity check in the description. It's there if you want it. No pressure, no agenda, just something to help you think clearly and see where you actually stand. And sometimes that's enough to stop losing yourself quietly